everyone, it's MJ, and as always, the pen is mightier than the sword. I've been covering transhumanism a lot, and they've been pushing this agenda since 1959 with a movie called The Colossus of New York. This man was a scientist and he died, and other scientists got together and put his brain in a machine so he could continue to live on and do his work. So, yeah, I'm going to show you scenes from it right now. I also will leave a link to the guy of whose channel I got these scenes from. His name is Ken. I can't pronounce his last name. Enjoy.
Aaron Dribble, look, don't you realize that Jeremy's brain was unique? That it was like Darwin's, like Michelangelo, like Da Vinci, like Einstein. Now suppose all those great brains had been allowed to continue their work unhampered by their bodies. Think of the advance in civilization it would be.
No, no. No, I believe that every man, and that includes every great man, is the product of his mind and body. It's through the divine spark of the Creator that the interconnection of body and mind is achieved through the soul.
Oh, now, don't speak to me of antiquated notions like a soul. I mean, you're a scientist. Can you measure a soul? Can you measure it? Huh?
Jeremy's dead. He's dead.
Jeremy is not dead. Now, you listen to me. When you needed his help, he offered it to you. Now we need your help.
My help?
To bring Jeremy out of the darkness. With your knowledge of automation, you can help him to live again.
You have to push the lever to the left. I placed the control where he can't possibly reach it.
What for?
So he won't be able to destroy himself.
Why should he?
Why shouldn't he?
Jeremy, you can see.
Jeremy, you understand you're all right. You can see.
You can hear.
And you can move. You understand? You've been ill. You've been very ill. You're going to be well again.
Jeremy, you understand you're all right. You can hear and you can move. You can see. You can hear.
Amusing, isn't it? I cannot smell or taste or feel, but it seems I have extrasensory perception. Time? I've a lifetime before me. In fact, many lifetimes. I shall take the time now.
I forbid you to do it. You may be seen.
You understand? We must eliminate the idealists, and you will help me. First of all, you will deny my existence. Is that clear? You will do as I tell you. You will therefore attend the United Nations Congress tomorrow night.
Okay, so that was in 59. This one in 1962, it says, never has the screen brought you a more shocking revelation. Man's own creation. Out of World War III came the creation of the humanoids. Of course, we know Albert Einstein's famous quote, I don't know what World War III be fought with, but World War IV be fought with sticks and stones. So this is also about transhumanism and connecting the brains of the deceased to machines.
They had talked and argued for years, trying, they said, to find a way to prevent it. But they failed. No one can be sure who started it, and really that is unimportant. It did happen. The atomic war. It was short, lasted about 48 hours. Within 2 weeks, 92% of the human race had perished to bomb and radiation. Those left, with their birth rate below 1.4 per union, turned to robotic automation devices to help them rebuild their cities and maintain a high standard of living. The first exploratory steps in the development of electronic brains had been taken prior to the atomic war. These early models were bulky and required large buildings to house them, but they merely needed refining. One of the first steps was the magnetic integrator neuron duplicator, a device 1/100th of the size of a golf ball which duplicated portions of the human nervous system and carried out learning processes. Automation was also well on its way. But these too were cumbersome and needed further development before the two elements could be joined in the series R1 robot. Served well. I think he deserves to know the truth, and I'd like to try an experiment.
Is that safe? None of the existing R-96s are aware that they're robots. The ones we tried to tell ceased to function.
They ceased to function because they were without faith and hope, important elements to humans. To die and be resurrected as a robot is a deep shock. The sudden realization that they are experiencing all the emotions of a human and yet are mechanical is an even deeper shock. Their future becomes hopeless.
But what hope can you offer them?
I just completed the final stages of an experiment prior to my recent death and recreation. Krigus, are you familiar with the R-96?
The Order knows they exist, and we know that you were... The real Dr. Raven was instrumental in their construction.
Creation of an R-96 requires a modified humanoid-type robot and the body of a human being, which has been dead less than 6 hours.
What do you do, change brains?
In effect, we perform a thalamic transplant, but that's a misnomer. We draw off everything that makes a man peculiar to himself. His learning, his memory, these interreacting constitute his personality, his philosophy, capability, and attitude. The human brain is merely the vault in which the man is stored.
And not a very ingenious vault.
Ingenious enough to create you clickers.
Creation is only the result of the fusion of facts which haven't been previously related.
A robot.
A clicker. Me? Now isn't that something?
You are one of them. Maxine is another.
Look, you can tell the world I'm a clicker, but you can't tell me.
Craigus, they think we're something or someone else.
One of our robots brought what was left of you to us. We barely got you in time. We did make you a bit thinner. You had a tendency to be plump.
That's right. After that, my clothes didn't fit.
What do you do now?
Wait for the leaders to die, and then reactivate them. When the time is right, you will announce that you've achieved immortality. When the rush for applications is over, you'll probably be deified.
So the machines take over.
Craigus, is it true that there will be nothing but machines? That we are machines?
Yes. Yes, it's true.
That we are machines?
Yes. Yes, it's true. Machines. But you're a beautiful machine.
You know beauty. How do you feel toward Maxine?
I love her.
And you?
I love him very much.
And that's a lot for a couple of godless, soulless robots.
Are you godless, Craigus? Search yourself. It's important. Are you godless?
No. No, I don't think so. I'm not.
Then you can't be soulless. Look, a man may have his leg amputated. Is his soul decreased by that loss?
No.
Not even a fraction of 1%?
Of course not.
What if a man loses both legs?
A negative can't be compounded. The soul would be the same. You just get artificial legs.
You've just received an artificial body. A new body. Ageless. Tireless. Disease-free and renewable every 200 years.
I guess nothing has changed except maybe a few chemicals.
In effect?
Well, that transplant must include the soul.
No, only the memory which includes the faith that there is a soul. Whatever it is, you seem to have it.
And when the entire human race has been transplanted, death will cease to exist.
And birth will cease to exist, too. The most precious hope of every woman.
So yeah, as you can see, they've been pushing this transhumanism agenda since the late 50s, early 60s. So yeah, they definitely are full gas on the pedal with this stuff. Stay God's creation. Don't become a transhuman. Stay vigilant, and God bless you.